Labas. The COVID-19 pandemic has been an unprecedented global crisis. We all know that there are still challenges ahead for everyone. But we can now see some light at the end of the tunnel, in part because of the creation of new vaccines that will soon help restore economies, societies, and our daily lives. Few believed that even one effective vaccine could be developed in less than a year, let alone several. Solving this challenge required researchers to share ideas, challenge the way vaccines are traditionally developed, experiment with new methods, learn from what didn't work, and of course, try again and again to get it right. The process I just described might seem obvious. It is certainly not unique to the pandemic. If we look carefully, we can also find similar approaches at work as we seek to solve other challenges of our time. Rapid climate change, social justice reform, and mass migration, to name a few. What I've described here is a process of creativity, a discipline and a mindset that can be taught and learned. This process of creativity is at the heart of the art of curiosity. The key ideas behind the art of curiosity emerged from All Our Futures, a 1997 report for the UK government exploring how creativity could be more intentionally integrated into British education. That report resulted in a decade-long program called Creative Partnerships, which brought creative professionals into British schools to work with teachers and young people to apply creative thinking to challenges they were facing. The main author of All Our Futures, the late Sir Ken Robinson, went on to become a global star in education and public policy. His 2006 TED Talk titled, "Do Schools Kill Creativity?" is still the most popular TED Talk of all time, with nearly 70 million views and still growing. It has been translated into 64 languages, including Lithuanian. I was part of Creative Partnerships in the UK from its early days, first as a creative writing practitioner, and later through my company Nimble Fish, as a trainer of other practitioners and a strategic advisor to the Creative Partnerships National Program. That work first brought me to Lithuania in 2011, when a version of Creative Partnerships was developed here, led by the team that later formed KØRYBINIĆ JUNGČIÂs. Creative Partnerships in Lithuania quickly evolved beyond its British roots. It introduced scientists, architects, product designers, and others as creative practitioners, sending an important message that creativity was about more than the arts. It also focused closely on teacher development as well as creative thinking for young people. Both Creative Partnerships and the Art of Curiosity work directly from a model of creativity called 5 Habits of Mind, formulated by UK education researchers Guy Claxton and Bill Lucas. That model, widely used in education globally, says that creativity and innovation stem from a series of habits that can be nurtured and improved by both adults and children. Being imaginative, which many people think is the only quality of creativity, is just one habit. Claxton and Lucas say that being persistent, collaborating and communicating, having discipline, and being curious are just as important. Together, they drive creativity. In the UK, creativity is sometimes dismissed as a soft skill, not on a par with being able to read, write, or do mathematics. But increasingly, creativity and other 21st century skills like critical thinking are considered essential, not optional. Andreas Schleicher, Director for Education and Skills for the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, put it this way. A generation ago, teachers could expect that what they taught would last their students a lifetime. Today, because of rapid economic and social change, schools have to prepare students for jobs that have not yet been created, technologies that have not yet been invented, and problems that we don't yet know will arise. Education today is much more about ways of thinking which involve creative and critical approaches to problem solving and decision making. In late 2020, Forbes magazine said that the pandemic had dispensed with the myth of soft skills once and for all, describing 21st century skills as power skills that will determine how successfully countries deal with critical issues like climate change, social justice reform, and mass migration. The OECD, advised by Creative Habits co-author Bill Lucas, added creative thinking to reading, mathematics, and other essential competencies it will assess next year in its annual PISA rankings, a powerful global indicator of which national education systems are best preparing their young people for the future. Lithuania will be participating in this assessment. In education, the development of creativity is not a zero-sum game, pitting knowledge-rich curriculum against the free flow of ideas. Engaging with creativity and other 21st century skills enables young people to interpret, apply, and own knowledge in ways that feel meaningful to them and to the world they live in. Likewise, creativity does not exist in a vacuum. Knowledge and subject content provide fuel for creative thinking and for its byproduct, innovation, as we've seen with COVID vaccines. In 2015, Sir Ken Robinson revisited the process of creativity in his book, Creative Schools, in a way that I think underscores why the art of curiosity is an innovative, critical power skill program for our time. In his book, Sir Ken defined creativity as the process of having original ideas that have value. He goes on to say this: the real driver of creativity is an appetite for discovery. When students are motivated to learn, they naturally acquire the skills they need to get the work done. Their mastery of them grows as their creative ambitions expand. You'll find evidence of this process in great teaching in every discipline, from football to chemistry. Appetite for discovery, as Sir Ken put it, can also be described in a single word: curiosity. The Art of Curiosity program starts with the assumption that curiosity, just like creativity, is in all of us. We are born with it. We can't help it. We can't help but be curious about our world and our place in it. But how can we develop this natural quality of curiosity in a way that supports our development as positive, active citizens? How can we learn to ask better questions about events, history, people, ideas? How do we know which sources of information and knowledge to trust and which sources might not be what they seem? How can we discover what really interests us, a subject, an idea, a career, and apply our curiosity in a way that deepens our knowledge and leads us onto pathways of understanding and accomplishment? Curiosity is a powerful way to open a door to 21st century skills. Those skills that governments, employers, and researchers say will drive innovation and prosperity in our time. The Art of Curiosity focused mainly on the following 21st century skills: creativity, collaboration and communication, critical thinking and problem solving, leadership, and personal development. At the heart of the Art of Curiosity are creative practitioners, artists, architects, designers, theater makers, people whose lives and careers require them to engage directly and openly with curiosity and creativity every day. Art of Curiosity practitioners work directly with both teachers and students to apply unusual approaches to subjects and ideas, like Vilnius Kachalovo Gymnasium's mockumentary film project, exploring global future scenarios and student career choices. Through the Art of Curiosity, practitioners and students often explored local places and spaces for perspective and inspiration, resulting in projects like Pabradas Ryto Gymnasium's project on the environmental challenges of their town. In their efforts to learn deeper and more creatively, students also interviewed and presented their ideas to representatives of municipal institutions, created short films or interactive games, and produced art installations, all focused on ideas and issues meaningful to them, but also relevant to their learning. This year, 6th graders of Traku Vitaitu Didžiojo Gymnasium practiced critical thinking and developed their public speaking skills by establishing a debating club. The final event engaged the broader school, community, and guests like the mayor of Trakai and a member of menas. In Visageno at Gemimo Gymnasium, they practiced critical thinking, discussion, and decision-making skills by creating a theatrical court process where they judged the characters of the classic literature piece Mati by Donelaitis. A fantastic innovation of the art of curiosity is the creation of teachers' clubs, where teachers share experiences and best practice about teaching 21st century skills in a focused way. Teachers' clubs are a departure from the seminar-focused way of teacher development. They are about a continuous learning journey with peers, exploring learning challenges, looking for solutions, experimenting and reflecting. Celebration events at the end of each year of the Art of Curiosity gather together teachers, school leaders, and creative practitioners from across the program for an even deeper, even broader sharing of ideas and practices. The core feature of the Art of Curiosity is that all participants become active learners who ask questions, explore, make connections, develop and implement ideas, collaborate and communicate, and reflect on their performance and their learning. As a tangible legacy of the Art of Curiosity, schools developed creative learning tools to help teachers continue to focus on 21st century skills learning in their classrooms. Examples are abundant and exciting. A book of recipes with instructions for making lessons more engaging. Games to unlock classroom diversity and improve collaboration. Video interviews with parents, seeing them as sources of historic information and community. One school has established the creative class that works directly across many subjects through the principles of the Art of Curiosity. Another created animated films to improve leadership skills. Still another school explored how museums and other cultural spaces could be powerful resources to build and develop 21st century learning skills. The reach of the Art of Curiosity is just as impressive as the creativity of its outcomes. The program has engaged with almost 1,500 students and more than 800 teachers through a total of 68 annual programs of work supported by 70 different creative practitioners. These programs have also been experienced by an additional 9,000 members of wider school communities, thereby extending their impact even further. To finish, I want to share a few more images from the program. For me, these speak louder than any words. The joy, the risk-taking, the sense of adventure are all there to see. The best learning always tries to find these qualities. The Art of Curiosity has built its clear success on a powerful, rigorous, global platform of best practice in modern teaching and learning. Extending the program's principles and practices even deeper into teaching and learning will help produce thinkers and doers who will be ready to discover creative solutions to challenges in all areas of national and global interest. It's been my privilege to be part of it. Thank you.